sangena ke thina mavuladlela kuphi na kuphi emakhaya amadolobheni asakoplasta khona lapho bukala khona SABC 1. Warm welcome to this week's edition of Yilungelo Lakho. It's your right. Sinethela ke uhlelo kumahamba phambili SABC 1. Lelo ke lihlelo lithinta wena nemalungelo akho njengemthengi. Siku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Siphinde sakade futhi na ku SABC Plus. Mbukeli bathengi labanengi abasawuvali umlomo ngoba kuthe phihli ithembiso letinengi tekwenda imali leyinqumbi ngekusheshsha ngeForex Trading. Kepha ke leto thembiso tishela abanengi bakhala leti mathonsi bathwele nemkhodi inhloko. Mbukele, so many are left in tears when the promise of quick, lucrative returns fades away after you have invested your hard-earned cash on some of the online trading platforms. Kuthiwa ke bathengi abavule emehlo ngaphambi kokuthi bafake imali yabo kuma trading platform ku-internet noma ke ku-social media.
Kumaxesha esiphila kuwo nalapho uninzi luthwaxekeka nobomi epokothweni, abathengi ngoku bathe qolo bekhangela indlela zotyalo-mali abanokuthi bazuze kuzo. Njengokuba ngoku wonke umntu selexhomekeke kwindlela zala maxesha zonxibelelwano nge-internet kumaqonga e-social media anjengoFacebook, oWhatsApp namanye amaqonga, abathengi ngoku abasakwazi nokuthini izintengiso ezikula maqonga. Kulapho ke abantu baye bagaxeleke khona neentengiso ezithembisa imbuyekezo nomtsalane xa umntu ethe watyala imali kwizabelo, uhlobo olutsha lwemali olubizwa nge-digital currency njengobitcoin, kwanorhwebo ngeemali zehlabathi i-forex trading ngelasemzini. Kodwa ingozi bakuxalatheleka kwabathengi abangenalo nofifi ngoshishino lwe-forex, kube kulapho babethakala khona umntu azibone selelahlekelwe yintwenka yemali.
You know, it's very easy from a consumer's perspective. However, there are massive risks involved in trading on online platforms. You have to have years of expertise, years of experience, and be very knowledgeable about markets to be able to successfully trade on those platforms.
Kutshanje iofisi kanozikhalazo ojongene nokulawula indlela amaziko kwanamagosa asebenza ngezezimali ekumele asebenze ngayo, i-Financial and Intermediary Services, FAIS ngamafutshane, ngenxa yokwanda kwezikhalazo zokulahlekelwa kwabathengi izimali zabo kwezi zithembiso zenzuzo eza ne-forex trading. Umsombululi zingxaki kule ofisi ye-FAIS wenze isilumkiso kubathengi ukuba bahlabe bekhangele phambi kokuba batyale imali zabo kwiinkampani ezenza intengiso kula maqonga. Kungoku nje le ofisi singathe udaba lomthengo lahlekelwe ngama800,000 erandi, i-800,000 rand, athe wayityala kwelinye lala maqonga akwi-internet, yatshona yonke lo mali, kwafa onke lo maphupha enzuzo ekhawulezileyo.
They received a call from a consultant to advise them or tell them about this online trading platform that they offer. Obviously, we can only assume the person made it sound very attractive. There's no recording of the call. He then subscribed himself to this online trading platform, forwarded his documents, signed everything, and then started depositing money into the trading account and started trading on this foreign exchange online trading account.
Kodwa kufumaniseke ukuba lo mthengi akalukuhlwanga, uzingenele ngokwakhe wenza ushishino engenalwazi luphangaleleyo kwelinye lamaqonga oshishino ngeforex akwi-internet. Phofu elo qonga nalo lisemthethweni, kodwa into ebethe lo mthengi kukuzenzela into engenalwazi lwayo.
Basically, at the end of the 7-month period, he didn't have anything, hardly anything left. So, you know, he obviously complained and he was upset about having lost all this money. We looked into the case. We received a response from the service provider who provided the online trading platform, and they provided all the information regarding all the trades based on the evidence they presented, and it was clear to us everything, all the losses were due to his trades.
Ebethelelwayo kubathengi yeyokuba mabangathatheki lula zintengiso ezigcwele kumaqonga onxibelelwano. Ithi iFAIS abantu mabaqiniseke ukuba ngokwenene elo qonga lisemthethweni kwaye bafumane ingqeqesho neengcebiso xa beza kungena kurhwebo lwe-forex trading. Nobathembu Zantsi, Yilungelo Lakho.
Kufaka abantu-ke ukuthi-ke bashayeka kuphi labathengi labaningi ku-investment ye-Forex Trading. Sinaye-ke Mashite Makgoo lovela-ke e-Financial Intermediary and Advisory Services, FAIS, ngalamafishane. Samukele futhi naTom Mchunu lovela-ke broker letimele. Gents, very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Spiwe.
Thanks. Good afternoon, Simpiwe.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Mashite, ngicela ngawe ukuthi briefly just take us through what the office of FAIS actually does.
The FAIS Ombud office, the office investigator ama complaints regarding a financial service that is rendered by ama brokers,
Yes.
kanye nabo ama insurance companies. The investigator this cases based on umthetho, FAIS Act, as umthetho obekele office to investigate the complaints. So on daily basis, sithola ama complaints from the public, lapho ke ba complaina khona ngalendlela baphathwe ngakhona, balahlekelwe imali lapho nalapho by these brokers.
So yini ki-pattern lenibonile kuma-consumers for lihovisi lenu lekuthi-ke nikhiphe i-warning lenje?
Ipattern esibonile ngendaba ye trading kulapho abantu abaningi they come across kaningi kuma social media ama adverts or links kanjalo from these social medias enticing ama customers ukuthi they can make a lot of money.
I can double your cash in 48 hours.
Yes, those things. And many people, they believe these things that they can really happen.
Yeah.
And many a times it's not as easy as that.
Yes, yes.
We all know that, I mean, if there was an easy way of making millions just like that, I mean, many
We'd all
people
be
would be
millionaires,
flocking
yeah.
there and making those millions.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we know that it doesn't happen like that. Life is not like that. And many a times where you are told of these kind of things, you end up being disappointed in such a way that you actually end up losing your money.
Right,
so
right.
we have realized, we have seen this coming, where customers, they also get random calls from these online trading platform consultants, encouraging people to invest in online trading. And obviously, if you do have money to invest, even in some cases, actually people, they encourage people to even do loans to invest the money in trading, because they have been promised that you can actually make good money and pay back the loan with that interest and still make more money.
Yes, yes.
Things that when you look at them, they sound too good to be true.
Yeah,
And, yeah, what they say, you know what they say about if something sounds too good to be true,
Probably is.
usually it's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
All right, Tom, I want us to pick on what he said. He said that it's not easy making a quick buck, which means that it is possible making a quick buck through Forex trading, but it's not easy. So what is it that makes it difficult for people to make money? Because we've seen people making money through Forex trading.
Thank you, Spiwe. So when it comes to Forex, Spiwe, I think what consumers need to understand about Forex is that there are various asset classes you can invest into. Property is an example, money markets and cash, equities, and Forex fits in not in the traditional 4 asset classes that we advisors normally assist our clients to invest into.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Forex is a very technical investment approach or technical investment asset to invest into. Extremely volatile. You're basically buying currencies, foreign currencies, with the hopes that it either goes up in your favor. So we would say, we wouldn't advise, I'm not an advisor for Forex, but we see that it does form part of an investment portfolio. Because it's so volatile, when it comes to volatility, we normally recommend investing for a longer period of time. So if there are losses in the short term, you can still recoup those losses over a period of time. So with Forex, again, it might be seen as more of a long-term investment for an individual investor. But when it comes to banks and corporate organizations, they might make money within the short term because they have all the technical know-how, they're doing all of the research, they understand the markets. Whereas you and I, the layman, we know nothing about, you know, how the effects of things happening in Europe might affect fluctuations in the currency in South Africa or the US. So education in these Forex markets, I think, would definitely be key. Investing with the mindset and knowing that there is a possibility of losing money in the long and in the short term would definitely be an approach to take with the Forex market.
Hence, it is always advisable to use money that you can afford to lose when
100%,
investing. All right, let's leave it
100%.
for now. Mbuli, sibambe lapho sisishele ngasetitolo hlala kanye nathi ke leli lungelo lakho. Don't go away. Sikomukela futhi mbukele tincingo tethu setivuliwe ukuthi ke nawe ungaba ingcenye yelihlelo lethu namhla. These are participation lines right now, 0117140671 noma ke 0117140672. You can also email your views to consumer@sabc.co.za, or you can like our Facebook page and post your comments there. Namhla ke sikhuluma ke nge-forex trading. Ukuthi ke yini forex trading, uluza kanjani imali, uyakha kanjani imali, netinto kumele usicophelele ukuze ukuthi kungatholi soshayele ke esakeni. Gents, I want us to talk about the different forex classes. There's what we call forex trading and online day trading. What's the difference, Tom?
Well, when it comes to investing into Forex, there's different terms you can invest into Forex for. You could buy $1 and decide to hold it for a month, a week, 2 weeks, or even a year, depending on how long you're investing for. When it comes to day trading, the norm is that you'd buy a currency in the morning, and before the day is over, you would sell that currency with the hopes of making a profit.
Okay. So what informs the decision of buying or selling a particular currency?
I think it's just it's a bet, it's a gamble. Because
Okay.
nobody's ever can say the dollar is going to go down or the pound is going to go up. There's so many factors that can influence that situation. If you look now, there's elections in America, there's elections in South Africa. These factors can affect the actual foreign currency. There's so many factors that affect how Forex moves, which is why it's such a high risk asset and one where you wouldn't want to take all of your money and invest into, because things could go south tomorrow and nobody knows the actual reason for it, but that's just how the markets would move.
Mashite, I guess the key word in what Tom has said, forex trade, or rather trading the indices or the currencies, is a bet. It's a gamble. Which is why we need to be very careful about someone who comes and tells me that it's going to invest my money and I'm going to double my money within 24 hours. Ngoba vele it's a gamble.
Yes, true. You have to be very extra careful, in fact.
Yeah.
Because, like as Tom explained, things can go sour within a very short space of time.
Within minutes even.
Yes, with maybe the currency that you bought into, something drastic happens in that particular country, which actually goes against your placement. So you end up even losing all the money that you've put in. Basically, that's how risky it could be. You can imagine having placed your hopes and put in the money that you cannot even afford to lose, and suddenly all that money is gone within a very short space of time.
Full-time forex traders labenda forex on a full-time basis. Vele baphila ngayo kude lokuyini bakwendako. They make a living off forex. So labo ke benda njani? Ngoba phela nangabe there's certain warnings ukuthi ke asesibe careful nge-forex trading. Kepha ke labanye khona labanda imali ngekushesha within a short period of time, buying houses cash, buying cars cash.
Yeah. Kungakho sithi for you to ukuthi invest imali yakho into forex, you have to have a certain knowledge about the markets and understand the geopolitics. So this is something that requires you to have a lot of years of experience and the know-how. So just as an ordinary person, without this kind of knowledge of understanding these things, it is just going to be very difficult for you. You have to have that knowledge. You have to understand what makes the market moves and go in your favor. So those who specialize in this, they've got the knowledge. They went for training, extensive training.
Yes.
They took time to learn how these things work.
Right.
And they come with that kind of experience from many years of learning how these things work, and so they can be able to analyze because, like as we say, this has to do with a lot of things that are happening in a country. It could be politics, it could be anything that is happening within a country that can tip the currency of that country to go a different direction.
Okay. Now, Tom, we've heard, he says that we should approach Forex trading with a certain degree of expertise. So if I want to acquire such knowledge and expertise, what is the basic? Where do I start? What is it that I should look out for and, just internalize it in terms of getting that particular knowledge and expertise?
My best advice would be to seek the services of an experienced registered broker. Generally, those guys come with years and years of experience. They've made many mistakes. So when we meet them and we see these successful brokers or Forex guys, they've lost money. They didn't just start trading today. They would have been in the game for more than 10 years. So they know more or less how the market would move. But even though they've got that much experience, it's not to say that they know exactly or they're guaranteed to make money. Because I've seen many ads on social media, and I get very worried when I see somebody proclaiming to make a lot of money, buying stuff in cash, because people making that money generally don't want that sort of publicity, if I could say. So we've seen with these Forex, a lot of them, the guys that actually do make money, we see you get an invite, come to a hotel, pay a 5,000 Rand fee, and from what we can see, it seems that that is the actual business for some guys. We're not saying all Forex brokers are fraudsters. We're not saying all Forex brokers don't know what they are doing, but we're seeing that a large majority of the brokers that we're seeing on social media generally are not registered, and generally it involves an invite to a hotel where you've got to pay a 5,000 Rand fee. So that could be another way of them, how they actually generate the revenue.
And you know what they do as bait to attract people to join them? They download pictures of these luxury sports cars and mansions and, purported to be theirs,
100%.
proceeds of Forex trading, yet we know that they don't actually have those things.
100%.
So I understand that we have to learn the basics of the Forex classes. What are they? Let's just go into detail.
Look, Spirit, I think again we're taking the wrong approach. We're trying to solve the problem. Forex should form part of your overall financial plan. So you'll have money to invest, and you're going to say, if I'm going to invest into Forex, it's money that I'm prepared to lose. So you're going to take a small percentage of your overall investment and try it out with Forex, knowing that there is a possibility that you can lose. So I think, trying to understand Forex would be the wrong approach. The financial planning approach is say, okay, I want to invest money. I've got X amount. I want to invest for a certain period of time. I'm prepared to lose X amount. Let me invest it into Forex, Bitcoin. So that if you do lose the money, it doesn't affect everything else. From what we see on social media, where people are taking loans from the bank, people are retiring with their pensions, and they take all of that money, invested into Forex, and then within a week or two that money could be gone. So it's not Forex, it's more basic financial education. That's where we need to be starting before we come with Forex, because Forex is just a solution to the overall investment strategy.
Let's leave it there for now. Kwanyalo ke mbukele sithi seshelela ngasetitolo ungasanyakadi leli ke Yilungelo Lakho. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back, and to take part in our discussion, you can call us studio lines right now. Our lines are open. You can call us on 011-714-0671, number is 011-714-0672, ungasithumela futhi ne-WhatsApp ku-060 844 9857. I-email yethu it's consumer@sabc.co.za. You can also interact with us on our social media platforms, in particular Facebook. Now, gentlemen, I want us to go further deeper into some of the Forex classes. We did mention the currency pairs, we did mention the indices, but what are stocks? Stocks, Tom?
When we speak stocks, basically means buying shares in a company, whether it's be it Vodacom, Telkom, the SABC if they do sell, but that's actual stocks, buying shares in a company. When we speak Forex, you're basically buying dollars, pounds, euros, but it's foreign currency. When you're buying shares, I buy a share, I'm investing into that company with the hopes of receiving a return over the longer term. So that's a big difference between the two.
Now, Mashite, from what you've heard and observed, ngiphi Forex class lesingathi bantu benda imali lenengi noma ke baluza imali lenengi, or is it just the same across the board?
Okay. To ukuluza imali in an investment like Forex, into enzeka kakhulu kubantu kuma complaints that we come across, uthola ukuthi abantu abaningi abanalwazi lokuthi kuhamba kanjani. Lapho likelihood of ukuthi umuntu aluze imali kwenzeka kakhulu ku Forex trading with Forex, because it's high, it's a high risk type of an investment. So unlike ukuthenga ama shares in a company, because we know with our traditional investments like unit trusts, it's an easy way of buying a stake in a company.
Yeah, sure.
In a very modern and easy way to do so. So that is much more. There's a bit of a level of safety there. Because generally it's unlikely for a company that is listed on JSE or whatever stock exchange to go under within a very short space of time. It doesn't really happen that very often, but it does happen. But at least that is something else. So with Forex, you lose money. You can lose money at any time. Because basically the movements never stop. We know currently with our rand that it's not doing that well, and we have many people who have been watching. We watch this every day. I mean, on our screens during the news. There's a message always on during the news about the currencies, where they're going, and the rand is going up, it's going down, and things like. So it's a thing that happens all the time. So you can lose money. That's why even in day trading, you can actually lose a lot of money. Should something happen within a day, that can actually move that currency to a direction that you really don't like.
All right.
You lose the money.
Let's take our first caller. Sina Lisa Gulapa Pitoli. Lisa, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. Sagumugela. Lisa in Pretoria, good afternoon.
Hi, thank you for taking my question and also for speaking on the topic of Forex trading.
Right.
I think it's very helpful that you guys are talking about the scams that exist and how people can also misrepresent the wealth they've created and use social media as a tool. But my question is, what has been the impact of rand manipulation by major banks on Forex traders and the industry as a whole? Because I don't see a lot of discussion about it, and it is something that happened.
All right, Lisa in Pretoria, thank you so much for calling in, and thanks for your question. Tom?
Spirit, I was actually thinking about that this morning while I was coming to the show. You know, we've seen recently with the Competition Commission, and we've seen the big banks, all South Africa's big banks, were involved in deliberately manipulating Forex currencies. What they actually done, we, as a public, we are not aware of at this point. But I think that's the most I could say on that situation, because I'm not too sure if that investigation is still going on. We're not too sure if they're going to set up an inquiry.
Yes.
But what we do know is that the banks have been found to be manipulating our foreign currency together with some UK banks. So we don't know the actual effect of it at this point. We don't know if the normal investor actually lost money due to the actions of these big banks. But at this point, I think we're all just waiting to see where to from here at this point, Job.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much for that question. We do appreciate your time. And just picking up on this particular issue, I want us to talk about, the importance of world events, or how much of an impact do world events contribute to the market movements? Tom?
Look, they definitely do have an impact. But in our world as a broker, we always say ignore the noise, because there's always going to be events happening, whether it's political issues, whether it's natural disasters, and these would all affect your investments depending on where you invested, which markets you're in, which countries you're in. So I wouldn't focus too much on the noise, but more if I'm investing for long term, 10 years, I've got a strategy, and these things happen, my focus is to remain invested and keep in line with my strategy, and not to panic whenever there's something happening, because that could be a time where you lose money. So these things will always happen. They've happened in the past. They will continue to happen. We've seen it in 2009, where the world went into some sort of a recession. Those things affected markets. We've seen it happen during COVID. In COVID, all economies globally were affected, but we also saw the recovery. In fact, we had our best growth post-COVID in the last 10 years. So, it's not about what's happening, it's about what are we invested for, how long we're investing, and the goal will be to stick to that, even when these things are happening. So that's where we come in as brokers to say we need to manage the emotions, remind you, look, we invested for a long period of time, or just basically reminding the investor what we invested for, and not to be too concerned about the noise that are happening around.
All right. Mashite, your thoughts on ukuthi-ke tindzaba temhlaba wonke tiwuthinta kanjani-ke i-outcome ye-forex trading, nekuthi-ke ngawutfola malini based on what is happening?
Okay, with forex trading, that is actually a very, very, very important thing. That's why you need to have knowledge around this thing, and also look out for that kind of information, because that's exactly how the forex works. You need to know exactly what is happening where in the news, in order for you to be able to realize your opportunities. Because for the forex trade, here I'm referring to now the serious forex traders, that is exactly their speciality. That's the knowledge that they have, that becomes an advantage for them to be able to do what they do on everyday basis, and still be able to make money. And money.
Lokusho kumcoka ukuthi silandzele tindzaba temhlaba ukuthi tithi nangabe Joe Biden simuve ukuthi uthini, nekuthi ke tinkhulumo takhe tital affect yini li dollar, and nekuthi ke rand against the dollar, or the dollar against the rand.
Exactly. Basically, you just have to chase the news everywhere, wherever you have bought currencies in.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Asishiye lapho ke mbukeli. Siphinda sisishelele ngasetitolo. Please don't go away. This discussion is getting more and more interesting, so please make sure that you tune in and take those phones and call us right now. Leli Yilungelo Lakho. Sekumele futhi mbukele ke khumbula ukuthi icingo tethu setivuliwe ukuthi ke nawe ungaba ingcenye yenkulumo yethu namhla ungashayela icingo khona manje ku 0117140671 noma ke ku 0117140672. Ungasithumela futhi ne WhatsApp ku 060-844-9857. You can also email your views to consumer@sabc.co.za. Uphinde usithinze futhi na ku Facebook. We've got another caller, sina Teresa ulapha ke eMpumalanga. Sekumukele ehleleni sawubona.
Hello.
Ninjani mama, khuluma nathi, what's on your mind?
Yes, kunjani?
Siphilile mama, siyaphila. Thank you so much for calling through. What's on your mind? Khuluma nathi mama.
Ngithi mina ngibengicela ukubuza la kunelona evelile kuma YouTube ukuthi singa investa nge4,700. So bengicabanga ukuyifaka manje ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi i-right na.
Yini bathi yini kwentekani kulo 4700?
Sorry?
Bathi kwentekani kulo 4700? Uyifaka kuphi kuphume ini?
Nasifaka i-4,700 but every month ithola 120,000.
Bathi uthola 120,000?
Every month, yeah, basho njalo, and enye into ngendlela abayenza ngayo ngangithole khona nami ngithole ukuthi ngeke ngithole imali engaka kube ngifaka imali encane.
All right, Teresa, thank you so much for calling. Sabonga kakhulu ukushayela. Angifuni ke ukunika le mphendvulo. Our guest will say it. Tom, awucala ngawe. You invest $4,700 with the promise of getting 120,000 per month.
I wish I could invest, Piwe, but we both know that's not something that's ever going to happen in this lifetime. But when we listen to the caller, it just makes me realize, you know, this is a problem we have as a country. You know, poverty does that.
Hey, people are so gullible. Hey?
That's the problem, you know. We're in desperate situations. People want to take care of their families, genuinely. The problem is these scammers know that. So and that's what they are basically working off. They know people are desperate. They know that people will believe everything, especially when we see pictures and videos on YouTube. Now we even see AI advertising. So you don't even know if the person is actually real. I've seen some SABC guests on a YouTube, and I can see that's not real.
I've also
been
scammed.
So to our caller, I think she should definitely stay away from that. Because that's never going to happen.
Hey, and actually, speaking of AI, I've also seen a clip of, well, myself purporting to be me talking about Bitcoin, yet these people have doctored a news clip that I presented, and they made it sound like I am talking about Bitcoin and Forex trading and so on and so on. Let's talk about your thoughts. Teresa, 4,700 without 420,000.
Yeah. Hey, inkinga ngempela. Lento ekhulumayo ngibonile. In fact, you're not the only one. Many of even celebrities that we know around the world, even. I don't want to name names, but the same thing happened. That it looks very, very attractive, and it looks even genuine, because you can see that this is the person that you know as a celebrity and all that, and you're thinking this person can't lie.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, and unfortunately these are just tactics. So the basics is always that when it comes to money, you just have to be very, very careful. Never ever ufake imali kunto ungakaze find out ukuthi ngempela is it genuine. In South Africa sinomthetho ukuthi anyone othengisa any financial product who is involved in rendering financial services ofanele register to do that kind of business. So umuntu akhona ufanele uye ku the regulator, which is Financial Sector Conduct Authority, FSCA. Kulapho ufanele uthole khona a license yokuthi ungakwazi ukuthi uthengise ama financial products ngisho nokuvula yona i trading platform ukuthi ungabiza abantu ukuthi bazosebenzisa i trading platform yakho ukuthi ba trade kuma forex. You have to be registered. So
before I open an account or an online forex trading account, kumele ngicale FSCA.
FSCA.
Okay.
Check with the regulator. Their contacts are everywhere. It's very easy since sikhuluma ngento zama digital lana wonke umuntu uyakwazi ukungena ku website. So ungena ku website ka FSCA, which is www.fsca.co.za, and then lapho uzothola ama contact numbers ukuthi ungabafonela ucheke kahle. Ungangena lapho ucheke ku that website ngegama ucheke ukuthi that FSB, do they have a license with the FSCA, bavumelekile na ukwenza lento bayenzayo right here in South Africa.
Okay, we've got another caller, Sina Kupano. Sagomugelo Hlen Sawubona. Kupano, good afternoon.
Hello?
Kupano, good afternoon. Welcome. Kupano,
Hi, my name is finding you.
yes, good man. Talk to us, sir. What's on your mind?
How do I know that the broker is reliable? Because I've been scammed by one of the brokers in Lucas.
Please repeat the question, sir. We missed you for a bit.
How do I know that the broker is reliable? Because I've been scammed by one of the brokers in South Africa. How do I know that the broker can be trusted?
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your call. How does he know that a broker is legit? Because he's been scammed by a so-called broker.
Yes. I think back to the point that bengikhuluma ngayo manje ukuthi you have to check with the FSCA if le broker leyo registered in a license to do what they are doing. And a license has to be very specific ukuthi are they licensed to put up a platform and allow the public to trade on that platform.
Okay.
Or are they allowed to render financial services as intermediaries? All those sorts of things. The license is very specific ukuthi bangayenza ini for the public. So
okay, I mean, it's safe to assume ukuthi nangabe bengisebenta ne-broker lengasi registered and I've been scammed, there's nothing or there's little or nothing that the FSCA can do. But what if I've been scammed by a registered broker? Can the FSCA do something about it? Can I get some recourse? Can I get a refund perhaps? Tom?
Definitely, Piwe, but just to add to the points about the broker and how do you check? So just like a doctor has a practice number, financial advisors and brokerages have a practice number.
Yeah.
So you can go online and search FSCA authorized financial service providers. You go onto the page, you put in that practice number. Once you put it in, all of the information of that specific brokerage will appear on there. Who the brokers are, where the company is registered. I recently, just yesterday, had a client ask me that information for me to share my broker number for her to go on and go and verify if I am a legitimate broker. So the first point for any customer would be get the practice number,
Yes.
go onto the site, verify that this is a registered financial services company, because if the company is not registered with the Financial Services Conduct Authority, you can't go and claim or complain to them when you've been scammed by the company that's not registered with them, because they are not the police. They're not going to go after and look for these people. But when we as brokers who are registered with them, they can come to us, they can close our licenses, they can take us to court, take us to the Ombud for bad advice. So the starting points would always be ask for the number, go onto the website, verify on the FSC website who the brokers are, and that should be a starting point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Mbukeli, asasasele carefully please do join us after this break. Welcome to our very final segment. And just before we wrap the show, I mean, there's so much that we can talk about, about the pitfalls of Forex trading. And what about taking in a free online course to know, the basics of Forex trading? Should I take up a free online course, or should I take the services of a broker?
I would say do both, Spiwe. Definitely take up a course, so that at least when you're having a conversation with the broker and he tells you the reasons why you're not making money, it mustn't sound foreign to you. So the course will educate you with general information as to what affects Forex currencies. The broker's job is to sort of assist with the transactions. That would be the broker's job, assisting with the transactions mainly. And again, any broker doesn't make decisions for anybody's period. Our job is just to give information. We're not here to be decision makers, but there are times where, we might have to, if we're meeting up with a person that, an older person that doesn't have any information, so we sort of like got to guide them in the right direction. But generally, my job is not to make decisions for anybody, or any broker's job. It's to give information so that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you advise a consumer or someone who has just got a lump sum of money, be it pension, be it family inheritance or stokvel money, or even money that I got through gambling? So where do I start? Where do I go and what do I do with it?
I would say seek the services of a qualified registered financial advisor. If you're not sure, probably take along somebody that you know and trust with you to a meeting to verify the information that's being discussed. But there are many accredited financial advisors. Generally, we tell clients what they don't want to hear. So people sort of avoid us, If we
What
say
is it that they don't want to hear?
they don't want to hear that you can't get rich quick. People don't want to hear that they're not ready for that conversation. They want to know, how do I make money tomorrow? So that's where the issue seems to be. But seeking the services of a registered financial advisor who is accredited and seeking information from multiple advisors. You basically caught. You go if you go to spend time with 10 advisors, do that. At least when you're making a decision, you know that you've explored all of your options.
And I suppose that's why you guys find it so difficult to advise your clients, because they'd basically be telling you that, how come so-and-so is a Forex trader and I know that he's made so much money, he bought his house cash, he bought his car cash, not knowing that this person has been losing money and making money and losing money over a period of time, yet they only see the glamorous part of Forex trading. So if I've been scammed, how do I go about filing a complaint with your office, Mashite?
It's quite very easy. The starting point would be you have to lodge your complaint with the very same person that you want to complain against first. So in writing, you write to the person. It can be as simple as possible, whether you're sending an email but it's important that you make it in writing. You outline it properly to say you are not happy with A, B, C, D, and then ask the person to try and come up with a solution first. And in other words, you're giving the person a chance to try and resolve your problem before you can go. You can take it to the next level. And then if still thereafter, in terms of the rules, that person has got 6 weeks to actually try and resolve your complaint. If they can't resolve your complaint, they must give you a response and tell you why. Sure. Why you cannot get a satisfactory response from them in writing. And then thereafter, when you feel that my complaint is still not resolved, then you can take it further to the Ombud. And that's where you contact the office of the FAIS Ombud. You can do so online, lodge your complaint from our portal on our website, www.faisombud.co.za, or you can send us an email to the email address on the screen, which the info@faisombud.co.za, and then we will be able to assist you further and provide us with all that information, your conversation with the relevant person.
Got you. All right, Tom, your final thoughts. What are some of the tips and tricks of the trade that you want to share?
Two of my best, as people I'll give you. We mentioned it earlier. If it sounds too good to be true, it most likely is. Yeah. And there's no such thing of a get-rich-quick scheme. It just doesn't exist. Yeah. So that would be my best advice to consumers and potential investors.
All right, gentlemen, lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Simpiwe.
Siyabonga. Kwanyalo mbukeli sifike emaphathelweni ehlelo lethu namhlanje. Ngicela ngibonge ivakashi lethu ngesikhathi sato. Ngithandaza buka kanye nani ke babukeli ngeke banathi kuze kube manje. Sihlangane futhi ngesikhathi lesitako la kumahamba phambili SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Lapho ke sitabe sinesela-ke lenye ke indzaba letawuthinza wena namalungelo akho njengemthengi. Siyatfolakala futhi naku SABC Plus. From me Simpiwe Ngongwane and the rest of the team, size ke nisale kahle and do have a great week ahead. Cheers.
Yilungelo Lakho.